Yes, yes. Let us know if you can hear us properly on that. It's been a long time, hasn't it? You know what I mean?
It's been a while.
Look at all the flames in the chat, bro. It's been a very, very, very long time since we've done a live stream.
Yeah.
So expect things to go wrong. Expect cameras to be blurry. I think Lewis, your camera's blurry, but I expect this to just go in the bin, in the bin, innit? Especially since we were both drinking last night because England won.
Yeah. How is everyone doing? Nice to see everyone here for our latest on Harry Kane, Jack Grealish, and more.
And more. Who's and more, bro? Tell me about him.
I don't know who more is. Who is more?
Who is more? Well, on the more situation, I seen news today on City Extra about Lavia, bro. Lavia, what it is, that he could get promoted. And that kind of feeds into that. Locatelli apparently is getting...
Bun.
Yeah, that's not going to be a no deal. He's apparently going to think, innit? Juventus. They're like front runners for him. So,
they're the Bayern Munich of that league, isn't it?
Yeah. So makes sense for Lavia to step up into the fold. But he's only 17 or 18 years old, isn't he?
I mean, he's gonna be third choice. He won't play that much.
Yeah, true that.
But there'll be a lot of academy players probably getting promoted, or even if not being fully promoted, they'll still train now and again. You might as well, because there's some really, really good players. We'll get into everything in just a second. Nice to see everyone back, including all of our extra club members there.
Yes,
a couple that I can see: Renners, Alex, Kai, David, Sterling Silva.
You know what's weird?
Good to see everyone.
We're nearly a year of extra club memberships.
Yeah,
so
true.
people will start getting the year badges.
The year badge.
The year badge, which is next level. We need to look into that as well. And C1, yes, C1, nice haircut. I've not actually had a haircut for a very long time. My hair's just not going very fast this round. And we've got a super chat, bro, from Nick Toll. Yes, Nick Toll. Very unpopular opinion. We wait a year for Haaland, and by then, who knows, maybe Varane will have just won the golden boot. Good to see, lads. Well, Varane looks like an absolute... Well, we know he's an incredible finisher. He knows where the goal is. He's proven it for Spain. He's proved it for us.
Yeah.
I felt bad for him towards the end of the season because he didn't really get a look in for the Champions League final. But next season, we'll see a lot more of Ferran Torres, and I'm well excited for it.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think this season the best we've seen, well, last season, I think the best we saw Torres was probably as a striker. So again, you know what I mean, we'll have to see how it goes on. Well, let's get straight into it then, bro. Harry Kane, apparently a bid has already been made, £100 million bid. There are a few rumours of whether or not this was all cash or whether there were some players involved. I think obviously City need to lighten the squad depth if we are going to sign both Grealish and Kane. But yeah, straight away City apparently did make a bid. It was Fabrizio who said that we made a bid, £100 million. There was loads of different journalists. Because there's loads of
contrasting reports. Some journalists were saying, nah, it's not true. We ain't made the bid. But then Fabrizio was like, nah.
There was a lot more though saying we had made the bid. So I think something has happened. Whether we actually made a bid, I don't know, but I reckon we defo made contact. And £100 million is the figure that was being sort of talked about. It sounded like it got instantly rejected, instantly blocked, which is
like, nah.
Yeah, so it's an interesting one, this one. I'm looking forward to this because obviously he's a great player. Levy's a really hard negotiator. My only issue is, what's our backup plan? And the more I think about it, the more I think that actually maybe Lukaku is a great option. Because why? Because he only costs about £75 million. He's played in the Premier League before. He's got plenty of experience. He's banging goals in wherever he plays. Even at United, he scored goals. He's doing it on the international stage. Haaland, on the other hand, you know what I mean? You've got to deal with Raiola. You've got to make him the best paid player at the football club. He's got a little bit of an ego, which isn't always a bad thing, but will he end up clashing with Pep Guardiola? He is a risk. He's never played in the Premier League before, and he's only young. And people are like, oh, we're driving for the next 10 years. Not 100% true. You know what I mean? He could get off at any point he wanted. He might go Real Madrid in 6 years. So, I don't know. It's quite interesting, this whole striker talk.
Yeah, the thing about Lukaku is the fact that he is happy where he is now. I know that he'd love to come back to Prem, more than likely, but he is happy where he is now. I think he come out recently and said that he's happy at Inter. This was after Conte had left as well, so he's more than happy to stay there. But he would be the cheaper option, especially because Inter would be probably wanting to sell him because, well, they'll be inclined to sell him if an offer that big came in because the strap for cash. But I won't. my thing is Haaland, bro. No, Kane. Sorry, I want Kane. I'm full set on Harry Kane, and I'm gonna be absolutely buzzing if we get him. It's gonna be very, very difficult. And then I think there's just case in points for all three. The Lukaku is the cash. Do you know what I mean? And what you're gonna get for the cash.
Yeah.
Kane is Levy is gonna be very difficult, and Haaland is again the money is incredibly high for Haaland.
Yeah,
I get it. I understand, innit? I'd love to sign Haaland. I'd love to sign Kane, and I'd be happy with Lukaku as well. It's exciting though. It's well exciting.
It is, and obviously, you know, it's going to start. These rumours are going to be popping off even more because of the whole sort of Euro situation when that comes to an end, which is in about a week or so. You know, it's gonna, or 2 weeks, I think. It's gonna, you know, the rumours are just gonna pop off. So, yeah, we got a poll there on screen: Kane, Haaland, or Lukaku. So, guys, make sure you vote. Let's have a look who you're going for, and we'll see the split, because I think Lukaku on the poll is going to get mad disrespect, but I honestly think that the value that you can get Lukaku at and what he's going to give you, and I think it's a really, really good and attractive deal, and it really wouldn't surprise me if Lukaku ended up at City this summer. I know he said he's chilling and he's happy at Inter Milan, but you're telling me that Pep Guardiola and Man City say to you, come and be the second most highest paid player at my football club and be our first choice striker with Pep Guardiola? He's not going to leave. He will 100% leave. But yeah, it's a really interesting...
I think it's also whether City go for him. Because...
Yeah. I don't think we're not going to wait. We will not wait a year.
Yeah,
no chance.
He's on the list for Lukaku, though. He's third, 100%.
Oh, yeah, he definitely
He's 100% third. So it's whether everything falls down in the other two to get to that point.
Which is very possible, because Levy's mad difficult to... And Levy could just turn around and say, 150 million, I'll stop talking to me. You know what I mean? Like, you could do that. City not going to pay 150 million for Kane. Haaland, there's 1,000,001 reasons why City would not go for Haaland. So, yes, Lukaku is third, but it is well within reach. He's well within reach, because the other two are incredibly, incredibly difficult deals to get across the line. Lukaku would be quite easy. Apparently, Inter Milan, the rumours coming out of Inter Milan is that if you want Lukaku, he's only costing 100 million euros, which is like 85 million quid, and that's what they want. So you could probably get him for like 5-10 million cheaper than that. So you could probably get him for like 75, 80 million. That for him this day and age is mega value. Which Haaland, they said they're not selling him this summer, so you're gonna have to pay big cash.
You'd have to pay 150 million.
Probably 150 million quid. You then got to deal with his wages. He's going to be one of, in my opinion, I think he'll want to be the best paid player at the football club. So that's 350k plus. I don't know what Kevin's on now, possibly 400. And then you got to deal with Raiola. You know what I mean? So they're mad difficult, man. They're really difficult.
Yeah. A few people mentioned Sancho in it. Sancho, yeah, he's confirmed now to United. I think I actually did a graphic for United report, which is pretty weird. You know what I mean? I went over to the other side. I'm a snake in it. But yeah, I did a graphic for United report on that. But yeah, Sancho is confirmed for United, and we get around 10 million to 15 million for that deal.
Yeah.
Because we have a sell-on clause.
Easy cash.
So you know what I mean? That's good cash for us. Which will, I mean, net spend is going to be big, I think, with all these deals with like Grealish and stuff and Kane and stuff. We're going to try and, the club has to try and work out a way to spend all of this cash that we're spending. You know what I mean? So about an hour ago, bro, I was just chilling in it. And on City Extra, actually, on the Harry Kane thing. I know this is like, we were talking about our strikers. Harry Kane is very much pushing for a move away from Tottenham this summer, and nothing has changed since his public statements. As Duncan Castle's a transfer podcast. I know a few weeks ago people were saying that, like, especially Tottenham fans were saying, "No, Kane won't push for a move out. He's gonna, do you know what I mean? He'll be chilling. He'll stay for longer than that." But it's not real, innit? He does want to go. He's gonna want to leave, and you can't just expect the man to be happy when he's already come out and saying, "I want to leave." And I think it adds extra, like, what's it called? I don't know, like tension between Levy and Kane in the fact that this gentleman's agreement he's not sticking to.
Yeah.
That means he's not going to trust his chairman anymore. So
yeah. I've got one thing that I do get with Kane is I've got to ask serious questions about what's up here, right? Because he went and signed a 5-year contract, which was stupid and had no official buyout clause in, and then he did a gentleman's agreement with Daniel Levy, the most ungentleman person in the world. So, you know, and not only that, he's very selfish in terms of not necessarily just on the pitch, because I don't really mind that because he's a striker and he gets the goals, but in terms of wanting to play every game, you know what I mean? At Tottenham, he clearly wanted to play every game regardless of whether he was fit or not. And he might even do that for England now. So they are a couple of... He does worry me slightly, that, you know what I mean? He does stupid stuff. And I guess you could look at it and go, well, it's, it's contract, it's what he does on the pitch that matters, but... You know, sometimes you just got to think to yourself, has he got a brain? You know what I mean? Why would you do why would you do a gentleman's agreement with Daniel Levy, mate? And why would you sign a 5-year contract with no official buyout clause?
Yeah.
Literally doesn't make no sense.
Nick Lewis should square up with Levy. I'd love to see that. I'd love to.
Well, you know what I'd do? I'd walk away because you're not going to get anything out of him.
That's true.
The guy's a hard man, mate.
You know what I mean? I feel like he was mature in that situation, squaring up to them, bro. He was very mature and just walked away.
Just get off. This poll, by the way, is very interesting.
Have you seen how it's been shifted?
Yeah, Kane was the leader. However, Kane's now on 38%, Haaland on 43%. And I've got to say, I'm very shocked at the numbers for Lukaku. They're much higher than I thought. 20% of people think that City should go for Lukaku. Now, I think that them 20% of people are basing that on the cost that it's going to, you know what I mean? I think if you just said to him, don't worry about the price, Kane, Haaland or Lukaku, who do you want? I think they'd probably say Kane or Haaland. But I think these 20% are thinking about that value and how much it's going to cost for Kane. Probably 130 million, maybe more. Haaland, name your price, I have no idea. Or Lukaku at 75. So... It's great business. But yeah, very, very split on the Kane Haaland. Pretty much even.
Very even, the Kane and Haaland one. It was very close anyway, and then obviously Lukaku with 20%, which is decent. This new poll thing is good. I'm excited to use this poll thing over the seasons and that. It's been something that we've known coming to YouTube for quite a while, isn't it? It's like it was like teased a while ago, and we just never knew when it was going to happen. But I'm actually buzzing for that. We need the emergency live stream on the Messi hype train. Oh, you want these, innit? These noises, isn't it? But the thing is, we ain't gonna go all full hype train mode yet, because in reality, this is just a stream talking about transfers and stuff. Unless something broke now, which would be mega. That's when we go to emergency live stream mode. But I know that Messi's contract is coming to an end tonight. Is it midnight tonight? I don't actually know the timing. I seen like today saying it was in like 6 hours or something, and I was just like, what? But apparently it's at midnight tonight. Some people are saying, so that'd mean that Messi is now free. And Fabrizio, right, tweeted before saying about something big, like basically City. He said, I think City will do something big this summer. They want to do an important deal after Euro 2020. What if we're all getting blindsided by Kane? And it's actually we've signed Messi after all this time.
I mean, if we are, it's no one's reported it because there's literally been no news. You know, everyone's expecting Messi to stay, but he's not signing a new deal. You know, why is he not signing a new deal?
Well, there's rumours, right, at Barca, and that the La Liga can't actually let him sign the deal that they want to give him. So apparently they're going to have to spread it across 10 years.
He's 32.
No, yeah, but he won't actually be playing. He'll just have a 10-year contract.
Why are Barcelona so beggy on this situation? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he's the best player in the world. However, why are they going to ruin the finances of the football club to keep him in when they're still not going to win the Champions League next year anyway? Yeah, it doesn't make no sense.
It's a weird one because apparently they can't actually afford to give him the wages they want to give him, and the Liga can't let him get them wages because it's bad management of the club. Do you know what I mean? They'd be letting Barca run themselves into the ground.
I'm all for it.
Which, yeah, we'd be off. Look at that. Here, there, they need to lower the wages by 172 million.
How are they going to do that?
To sign
How are you going to wait?
How are they going to find that?
No chance, mate. No chance.
Despite all this, I do 100% think that Messi is staying at Barca. The Messi hype train is gone. It was very exhausting at the time, and it was a wild ride. However, I'm just happy to move away from that, and this transfer window be not all about Messi again, because I have a feeling if it started ramping up again about wanting to leave, City'd get blindsided and just get to, you know what I mean? We've got this like Messi eyes in it. We go straight for him. Kane and the Grealish just stood there like he's signing us, and they're like, we don't know yet. We're just going to try and get Messi first. Yeah. At the end of the season, we don't have anyone.
I know. No, we'll have to see what happens with that one.
With Danny Ings in it.
Let's move on then to Jack Grealish, another one who was City are heavily linked with. I think we were 1 to 5 odds on to sign him.
Mate, I think he's done. I think he's ours.
Yeah. So obviously he got some minutes last night. Gets the assist for Harry Kane, who put the ball in the back of the net. Looked very good when he come on. Very silky on the ball. He's such a class act. I really, really like him. And apparently a deal is rumoured to be close. You know, you get a lot of Villa fans, right? For some reason, Villa fans are obsessed with commenting on our videos.
Are they deluded, bro?
I don't know, but...
I think they are.
They comment on our videos, these Villa fans. Not all of them, right? So if there's any Villa fans there, chill.
Yeah,
don't
get aggro, innit?
A lot of Villa fans comment on our videos saying, why would Jack Grealish leave Aston Villa? Now, I like Aston Villa. Aston Villa's sick team, you know what I mean?
Nah, I like it.
Been around for many, many years and really good club, yeah? But... You know what I mean? It's perspective. Like, when we had Sean Wright-Phillips, and Sean Wright-Phillips went to Chelsea and that, like, no City fan was going, why is Sean Wright-Phillips going to Chelsea? Like, we all kind of got it, and I feel like they're in the same situation, but then they're having a bit of a go at us, or questioning why Jack Grealish would leave. Well, I'll tell you why Jack Grealish would leave, because Jack Grealish is one of the best players in the Premier League, in my view, and he's not playing Champions League football, he's not playing Europa League football, and I don't think he's going to be playing that Conference League football either.
But bro,
and he could come to the City and play under Pep Guardiola.
But bro, they're going to build the team around him.
Yeah.
They're going to build the team around him at Villa.
Yeah.
So why should he leave?
No, it's very, very strange. But a deal apparently is close on this one as well. £80 million is the rumoured
I see the 88 million going about the other day. I don't know how true that is or what source that is, but
88 million. I think he's really, really good. He can play in the midfield, he can play on the left, you know what I mean? He could probably play on the right as well.
Look at the difference he made yesterday. He made such a difference in that England team when he came on. And it's exciting. It was mad actually seeing Grealish, Kane and Raheem as the front three yesterday for England, and that could legit be our front three next season.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. So I think he's a class player. Well, and 88 million quid, I'd just go and get it. I'd pay the cash.
On both of them, Fabrizio came out before as well. I know I'm just quoting a lot of Fabrizio right now. And he said that Tottenham stance. Wait, no, wrong one. It wasn't that one. It was like 45 minutes ago. It was really like I remember reading it a minute ago, and it was saying that City basically. There you go. City prepared to go to similar levels as their offer for Harry Kane in order to sign Jack Grealish this summer. So we're pretty saying that Villa want to keep hold of him, but no, it's going to be difficult with City coming in. What we kind of got an understanding a while back that Villa were very accepting the fact that City are going to come in with a bid, and they were waiting for it, kind of thing. Jack Grealish camp knew about it. Apparently United were interested, but they kind of backed off a bit because they knew the kind of City thing. And it's good. It shows that City, and I think Pep mainly, is someone who wants to go for these. He wants Jack and he wants Harry Kane, and he's saying to the club, "I want Jack just as much as I want Harry." Yeah, you know what I mean. Jack and Harry. It sounds weird, doesn't it? I first named them like they're my mates.
Nah, it's an interesting one to see what happens with that one. But I think to get Grealish in, we have to let someone go. So that brings us on to a good question. Coming in from Alex Vasti. Grealish, Kane, Sterling. Where does Mahrez go? Did he say he wants to stay, so we just mug him off? Well, obviously Bernardo Silva. There's been a lot of rumours about Bernardo Silva. Will he stay? Will he go? Apparently he don't like it here. You know what I mean? He just doesn't like the weather and that or whatever. You know what I mean? He wanted to go last year, apparently. And I think Bernardo does want to leave. You know what I mean? I've seen a lot of people saying, oh, Bernardo don't want to go. He don't want to go. It's all paper talk. Well, if it was paper talk, why wouldn't he just come out and just say what you're on about? It's paper talk, you know? You see footballers doing it all the time now. Always like quote tweeting people. Do you remember when Mahrez did it? Mahrez did it to Sam, didn't he? Yeah. You know, players do it all the time. If something's not right, players will quote tweet the journalist or just say, this is a load of nonsense, whatever. Like, Bernardo's not said anything, and Bernardo's like on Twitter and Instagram.
Because Raheem did it as well, didn't he? When
Raheem did it.
Came out about the bust up with Pep.
So I think he does want to leave. And to be honest, having thought about it, I'm quite happy for him to leave. Like, I want him to stay, but if he wants to leave, then one, we shouldn't be letting any player stay. We shouldn't be making any players stay if they want to leave, in my opinion. Just let them go, because all they're going to do is not play up to their optimal like ability, and two, they're probably going to cause like sort of like, I don't know what the word is, like a bit of bad vibes.
Yeah, I also think that respect the player a bit. He does want to leave. He's not being a dick about it by the looks of things. You know what I mean? So respect the player.
And apparently he wanted to go last year, and City said, "Oh, we just stay for one more year because like we got transfer plans on that." So
yeah, because we got blindsided by Messi, so we couldn't do anything.
Yeah, so I think he's probably gonna end up going. The fee, I don't reckon it's gonna be that much. I reckon a lot of people are gonna be well disappointed with the fee, and I keep saying this because of the numbers that he provides. Like, if you go on transfer market and have a look at his assists and his goals, they're really kind of poor. For an attacking player, they're actually bad, you know what I mean? So I don't think that he's getting the numbers to generate like a 70 million or 80 million pound fee.
But Jack Grealish has similar numbers and is generating that.
You could argue, though, Jack Grealish is playing for Aston Villa and not Manchester City.
Very true.
And therefore,
very true.
you know what I mean? And I still think Jack Grealish has got better numbers. Jack Grealish had better numbers than Bernardo. What does Bernardo give you? Yeah. What Bernardo gives you? Bernardo gives you a little bit more energy. You know what I mean? He probably works a lot harder. He's probably more experienced. You know what I mean? He's played Champions League. He's played for Portugal a lot longer than Jack Grealish has played for England. But it is what it is, you know what I mean? The guy wants to leave. We're going to replace him. We've got some guy there on our doorstep that we can just go and get, you know what I mean? But we're not going to get 70, 80 million pound for Bernardo. Not a chance. We'll get like 50 mil, 60 mil max. I really do.
Yeah, I think the fee is going to be a weird one on that one. A lot of negotiating will happen. I don't think City are going to get near what the price that they'd want for him. I reckon the City would ideally want around 80 to like 70, 80 mil to try and cancel out the Grealish fee, really.
I reckon Ollie there. Bernardo 60 mil. I reckon about 60
I reckon
mil.
around 60 mil is probably about right. We got a super chat before, bro. I completely missed it. And I don't know if you read it out, but my brain hasn't like registered anything in it. Dan's about with a £4.99. I apologise, Dan's about it.
I don't even know if we read it out.
I don't think we did read it out. My brain's just not. I mean, I'm not on it. It's been a while since we've done live stream. He said, should never pay near 100 mil for someone over 26. Kane and Lukaku will both be past it soon. Would probably get 2 good seasons out of them. I think we'll get quite a few good seasons out of Kane. He doesn't seem to be slowing down at any point. You know what I mean? He got Golden Boot this year and the assist this year. And I think he'd only do better in the City side with the amount of big chances that we create. I think he'd score a lot of goals. I reckon he could tie down that Golden Boot for the next 3 years at City. And pending no like massive serious injuries in that. And I like it. I like the idea of getting Kane. I know, like, obviously he's not the young star like Haaland, but when we've got someone like Delap and a lot of people are calling for Delap, it might be good experience for someone to learn on for Delap. And then over the next 5 years, you see Delap kind of take the reins over a little bit. Do you know what I mean? We'll see the best Delap. He's joining the first team. So if Harry Kane does come, he'll be training with him week in, week out. So he'll learn a lot from him. I think it's good. It's a good experience.
Yeah.
Same goes for Lukaku as well.
I think saying 2 years though, Danzy, bro, I think that's a little bit harsh, man. I think you're going to get a good 4 years out of him. The whole treatment, the whole physio and that of footballers is well better these days. So I reckon you're going to get 4 years out of him minimum, to be honest. I remember they're not going to be playing, I keep saying this, but they're not going to be playing 50 games a season. They'll be playing 40, you know what I mean? And they'll be getting subbed off every time we 2-0 up, which doesn't happen at Tottenham. Nick Tor's coming with a 14.
Yes, Nick Tor.
Honest thoughts on Raheem if we sign a striker? Well, I don't think... Well, it does matter because I want to see... If Raheem's staying, we need a striker because I think Raheem Sterling suffered the most out of the team last year for not having a striker because there was a lot of pressure on the wingers and there's no surprise to me that Phil Foden and Riyad Mahrez excelled and Sterling didn't when we didn't have a striker because they're both... Technically on the ball, in my opinion, they're both miles ahead of Sterling. In front of goal, they're much more comfortable with Sterling. They can both shoot from long distances, and they're both better than Sterling. So, you know, it's a difficult one for Sterling. Sterling needs someone, in my opinion, in the box that can take the pressure off and prevent the wingers for being doubled down on because that happens a lot. If you play a false 9. How many times last season did we have the ball in the crossing position? There was no one in the box. So the wing back can push on you, and then the centre back can step out a little bit as well if they want to. So I think he struggled last year more than anyone else because I think he requires a striker. And it's no surprise to me that he's back in the England team with Harry Kane, and he's looking like the player of the tournament so far for England.
His movement has been incredible over the last couple of games as well. He's been really clever with it. For his goal, actually, he was very clever. He stuck really close to the defender, then peeled off into all that space that he'd made for himself. That the defender left him. I think it's been really good for England. And like I say, he's got a striker up there with him. Another thing that people seem to overlook, and Harry Kane actually said this in an interview after the match about Raheem and that. I think... People fail to realise that Raheem's a part of the leadership squad, isn't he? Like the captain squad. People don't realise... I think it maybe... I don't know what it is. Maybe just the way he looks. Maybe you feel like he's quiet or something like that. But he is a massive voice in the dressing room, both at England and both at City. So he has a big impact on the team. And I know there are rumours that City are ready to sell him if the price is right. Do you know what I mean? If someone comes in and with like a £80 million bid, City might go, yeah, okay, we'll sell him, which isn't great. Do you know what I mean? Because I actually want him to stay for another year. But if he stays for another year, that also means for me he has to sign another contract. He's got 2 years left on his deal. I don't want him to stay for another year, have a year left, and then get a £40 million deal move somewhere, like a Leroy Sané situation. If Raheem Sterling is staying, he needs to sign another contract.
Yeah,
That's my thing anyway.
I think we seriously need to be looking at a new deal. But it's an interesting one on the Sterling situation. There is a poll up there, by the way, guys. Super chat there from Angel with the $5. Says Bernardo out, Jesus out, Laporte out, Mahrez out, only to see Ferran play more. Thoughts?
Oh, that's the Mahrez thing.
Yeah, well, I think Bernardo will leave.
I think Bernardo will leave.
I personally would sell Jesus.
I think Jesus might be a make weight. I think... I know Tottenham don't want to do the play swap. I think he could still be involved. I think that Jesus and to Tottenham, I think that's a good move for him. That.
Yeah, potentially, but not. I don't know now. They've got Nuno. Nuno wants some big guy up there, proper boring guy. You know what I mean? So, Jesus. I don't see Jesus going there. Maybe before that. Yeah.
Yeah, true that.
Laporte's the interesting one because what's he going to do? Is he going to stay and fight for his place, or is he going to go? I don't need to fight for my place because I could go Real Madrid.
Yeah, and Laporte will have a lot of teams after him, a lot of teams.
He will.
He could walk into
top 3 centre backs in world football.
Yeah, he's absolutely incredible.
Is he going to stay and fight for his position? People are like, oh, he should stay and he should fight. Yeah, well, maybe he should, but does he need to?
Yeah, but if he looks at that, because he could go, oh, do I stay and fight for my place here, or do I go and start every week at Real Madrid?
Yeah, just go Real Madrid, and now he's Spanish as well. You know what I mean? Makes sense.
We're close to home.
Yeah. So it's interesting, that one, because. What's going to happen? I've seen a lot of people say, yeah, but it's new season, so Laporte and Diaz will start this new season together. Wait, what? Since when was that a rule? That's not a rule. You know what I mean? John Stones, by the way, smashing it for England.
I know he's consistent, isn't he?
Yeah, I know. To be fair, Laporte's doing well for Spain as well.
Laporte's smashing it.
There's no rule to say, as soon as the season's over, last year's completely forgotten. Otherwise, people just we wouldn't be just talking about Sterling, you know what I mean? Everyone would just be like, no, it is what it is. We wouldn't be talking about Gabby. Because again, it is what it is. Everything's forgotten. You still. I think right now, John Stones and Diaz are probably going to start the season together, and Laporte might think the same thing and think to himself, "Well, what's the point? Why do I need to fight for my spot? I don't need to fight for my spot."
He might think he's better than that because I agree that he's not a third choice centre back. He isn't a third choice centre back.
He's easy balls, man. He's the top 3 centre back in the world. He should be starting.
But he's just found himself in a very, very difficult spot for himself and a very lucky position that we found ourselves in. You know what I mean? And it's a balance, it's a scale. You know what I mean? It's whether his happiness and that and our happiness is completely different because we're buzzing because we have 3 world-class centre backs, but we're not taking to the fact that we don't play 3 at the back, so one of them is going to be unhappy. Always.
Yeah. On the Mahrez thing, I don't think Mahrez will leave. I think we'll sell Gabby. I personally, I would sell Gabby. I just don't think he's doing the business for us. I'd sell him, and I'd have Kane, Haaland, Lukaku, whoever. I'd have them as my number 1. I'd have Torres as my number 2. Because I think he showed me more than enough that he's good enough to play striker, and I'd have Delap as our number 3. That's what I do.
Yeah, and as well, it's good because with Torres, he can fluctuate between the wings, just like Sterling can go right wing, left wing. We can have Torres who can play literally anywhere across that front 3, which is mint. Which have you seen True Joy's comments about Sterling? No, I've not, mate. But yeah, I think I think that's a good move. That, and then obviously that'd see Jesus leave, wouldn't it? In that situation,
I think, you got to ask yourself the question with Jesus is, one, people are still debating 3 or 4 years later whether he's a winger or a striker. That's ridiculous. You know what I mean? You should not, after playing for the club for 3 or 4 years, whatever it is, you should not be debating whether he's a left winger or a striker. For me, he is a striker, but he's just not good enough as a striker. And I think, could he get good enough? Maybe. But I think for that, he needs to be the number 1 striker. I think he needs to believe he's number 1 striker. And I think he needs to be playing every week. We can't offer him that. We cannot offer him that position because we've not seen enough for him. When he first came and stuff, I was raving about it. I remember writing an article about Jesus, and we used to write articles and stuff. And I said, yo, this guy's mint. I love what I'm seeing. Great in the air. Great finisher. Great pace. Great press. Blah, 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 blah. But when he goes 9 games in a row and he's not scoring a goal, I've got to say to myself, look, you're playing in one of the most graded football teams in world football and you've got 9 games in a row without scoring a goal. do we need him as a backup striker? I'd rather have Torres as a striker. That's just my opinion, innit? Some people will be like, nah, he's meant at pressing, and I get all that. But at the end of the day, when he's one-on-one, who do you want there? Do you want Jesus or do you want Torres? For me, I'd want Torres. He's not even a striker.
Torres every time.
So I'd cash in. And you know what? We'd make a decent profit. And there's rumours that he might go to Juventus. That'd be a mega deal.
Oh, yeah,
for him.
apparently they want. It's really interesting. Apparently it's interesting him last year as well.
He'd go there, and I'm sure he'd do well. I'm not saying he's a bad player. He's not a bad player. He's a great player. But is he good enough? I don't think he's quite good enough. I don't see it.
The thing is, it's the trust in it, right? So, like, the club lost trust in Gabby last year. When he went the 9 games with it last year without scoring.
He'd done it 2 years in a row.
And now he did it again the season just gone. My years are all confused, you know what I mean? But so 2 seasons ago, he did it then, and then he did it last season again. And then the club, it's hard, you know what I mean? But if you need to rely on a backup striker, you need them to be still scoring your goals. And I have much more faith in Ferran Torres scoring them goals up top than I do Gabriel Jesus. I love Gabby. I love his work rate, his ability, and he is a very good footballer, but I just don't think he's right for us. I feel like he is very young though. He is very young, and it's scary because I have a feeling that if we sell him, he'll go somewhere and smash it. But we can't rely on this guy. We can't wait years and years for this guy to smash it. We've waited 4 years already.
Yeah, but if he does smash it, it's because he's playing week in, week out, and he believes that he's the first choice striker. That's never ever going to happen at City. He's never going to be the first choice striker because, as you've seen, we had Aguero, and when he was fit, he was a first choice striker. There was times this year where he's played false 9. You know, even early on. You know, I remember playing Chelsea. We played Chelsea one year. This was going back 3-4 years ago with Pep Guardiola, and he played Sterling up front. Sterling instead of Jesus. You know what I mean? I'm not being funny, but playing Sterling ahead of Jesus as a striker. You know, you got to be doing something serious.
That speaks volume, that.
So, look, it's not a dig at Jesus. We like the guy, but I just think, you know, time to move on.
I think the general consensus seems to be that. On the poll, currently, we're at 68% of sell Gabby, 32% keep. I did one for Raheem. We had 74% of people saying keep and 25% of people saying sell. So
sell. Sorry, like it's a. We're gonna have to sell you. It's not like a want the guy out. Like he needs to leave. He needs to leave. Like that's not it. He's not quite done it for me. You know what I mean? And I think he needs to leave.
Patrick has summed it up.
Yeah,
it's business.
It's business.
Business is business.
Business is business.
The business is the business.
It is what it is. You know what I mean?
A lot of people saying about Ake, stuff like that. What do you think of his future? I think he's been one that's in the spotlight a little bit, but it confuses me why he's in the spotlight. A lot of people slating him and stuff, saying he's a flop. I think that I don't see a reason for us to sell him. I don't see a reason for us to sell him. When he's played, he's been all right. Yes, he's made a couple of mistakes, but you got to realise when he made the mistakes, he is in and out of the team. He has had his biggest injury that he's ever had in his career, and he's just come back from that. So he wouldn't have been fully fit. I think he's good. He's a very good option when we can't play our main centre backs. Yeah,
I think Ake's not going to be deciding what happens. It's going to be Laporte, you know what I mean? Because if Laporte leaves, Ake will fancy himself. You know what I mean? He'll be like, I'll be third choice now. And obviously it depends what we do replacing Laporte. But I think Ake's not the one who's currently... Yeah, Ake's not the one who's like... we need to think about, because Ake's sat there going, what's happening with Laporte? And if you sell Laporte, who are you going to replace him with? Because Ake's fourth choice, right? You know what I mean? It's difficult for him. But he's only had 1 year, and he's had the worst injury record of his whole career in this year. So, look, I think he's done all right. I'm pretty chill with him. I like him. I think he's decent on the ball, pacey, fast, strong. You know what I mean? I think I like it. I wouldn't be looking to get rid of Ake. And I'm telling you what, if you sold Ake, you'd be losing cash straight away.
No, you'd lose a lot as well.
Because no one's going to pay 40 million for him.
No.
I just don't see it.
Because as well, he's not. I mean, he's just had his biggest injury. There's no proof of him actually coming back to his actual form. You'd lose a lot. And on that then, I say if Laporte did leave, Ramos apparently, City have put a contract down for him. Apparently, on the table, on Ramos's table, you know what I mean? He's sat there looking at his offers. He's a free agent now, and you know what I mean? PSG will probably be in there. There'll be a mix of different players and clubs in there. Apparently, our name is on one of them. He has a contract in front of him from Manchester City, and he can come here if he wants to, apparently.
Well, I mean, look, Ramos is one of them guys, Marmite, innit? You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, It depends what you want. If you're desperate to win the Champions League, you go and get him every single day of the week. You know what I mean? You don't even have the conversation. If you're one of them fans who are like, I want to win the Champions League right now, you know what I mean? We've got to win it. Then go and get Ramos because he's the king of the Champions Leagues. He's probably won it about 5 times. I don't know. He's won it loads. But if you're one of them who are like, you know what? I want someone who is a little bit more, you know, not just getting him for that one situation. I want something more. Like, I wouldn't get him. You know what I mean? I'm not being funny, right? And this is a bit of a dodgy comment because I don't like it when people say it. But can you imagine Ramos at like Burnley on a Tuesday night when it's pissing it down with rain? You know what I mean? Freezing cold. This guy's lived in Madrid for 32 years, whatever how old he is, yeah. And he's about to come to Manchester where it's non-stop pissing down with rain. You know what I mean? We get hay fever, and then he's got to go Burnley on a Tuesday night at 8 p.m. in November or December when it's raining, it's grim, and he goes into that wooden stadium, mate. Like, are you joking? Nah, he's just not gonna like it. But Schalke away, Champions League.
Yeah, you know what I mean. You pull him out of the dust, didn't it? You go, yeah, dust him off and go, hey, we're ready to use you now, mate. It really just
depends on the views, you know what I mean? And I'm like, I don't know. It's a good option. The one positive you got with that is that if he wants to join and Laporte wants to go, it's an easy deal.
Yeah.
Get rid of Laporte, 70 million, whatever. You get Ramos in easy, and your focus can remain on your Kane, Haaland, Lukaku, and your Grealish. Like, it doesn't take too much to get that deal across the line because he's got no, what's it called? Like, got no transfer in it because he's a free agent,
you can
get it across.
It'd take less than a day to complete that transfer.
But if you're getting Ramos, it means that Laporte leaves because there's no way that if Laporte stays and Ake goes, there's no way you replace Ake with Ramos. I mean, that's just absolutely overkill.
No, that is overkill. Nick's got a good comment there, bro. Ramos on penalties.
Right, well, if we get Kane,
Kane
will take the penalties.
Kane's the man in it.
But we'll go from a club with no one to take penalties to a club with 2 people to take penalties.
To be fair, no, Mahrez has done decent recently.
Mahrez has been doing decent.
So that's 3.
Mahrez has been decent.
3 people who could take penalties. We only need another 2.
Yeah, so it's no, that's an interesting one. I got a funny one here.
I got a funny story, bro.
I got a story now. It's got a funny discussion point, and one that actually is quite serious, and it's what do we do with Benjamin Mendy, mate? Because
I see the chat
hear me out, right? I was thinking about this the other day, and I think we should offer him a new deal. Honestly, right, I'm thinking about it. No, listen to what I'm saying, Bray. I think we should offer him a new 5-year contract, and you know why?
Oh, to run the social medias.
You know why? Yikes! Joking with you guys. You all thought I lost the plot in it. You see?
Bro, I was ready to walk out of this. I was like, I'm done in it.
I was just winding you up in it. You know what I mean? When we go for toilet and that, and all the chat's like prank. Yeah. I was like, you know what? It's the first live stream back we've done for a while. I'm gonna prank the chat.
Yeah.
Nah. Honestly, though, what do you do with Benjamin Mendy? Because you can't sell him. No one's gonna buy him.
Well, you can't. He just stays.
And I see people like sell him. Who's gonna buy him?
People say terminate his deal.
Right. For example, if you're name me a League 2 team, bro.
Accrington.
Are you gonna buy Ben Mendy if you're Accrington?
He can't afford his wages.
Right. If you could have failed his wages, you're not gonna, are you? Because although he might be a decent left back when he's fit, he's never fit. So you're not gonna buy him. No one's gonna buy him. So what are you gonna do then? We're in a situation where you have a player who never plays, you know what I mean? His off the field activities are a little bit like
weird.
A bit weird, a bit sus on that.
Weird,
like,
sus, yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, he is sus. Mendy is sus. Half Mendy's wages and keep for Bants in the locker room. Nick Toll says, I say we just get Adam Monk out of a job and put Mendy as he runs the City Twitter. I think he'd do a great job with that. You know
that guy's retired now, isn't it? What's he called?
Oh,
Craig, is he called?
Chris
Bailey.
Bailey. Chris Bailey retired, so
have a good retirement, Chris. Today was his last day, wasn't it?
Yeah, last day.
I seen it on the socials.
He's been there for 12 years, bro.
12 years.
Long time. I'd have been working with him. If I was a graphic designer, I'd have been working under him. Yeah,
but honestly though, like, what are we gonna do now? Because like people, it's quite funny, right? But we've not had a left back at this football club, like a proper one, since like Pep ever came in. You know what I mean? Because when Pep first came in, Clichy and Kolarov. No, Kolarov was there, wasn't he? Kolarov was there because I remember him playing centre back.
I was about to say play centre back. Yeah.
I don't know if Clichy was there, but like basically we've not had like a good centre left back because Kolarov and Clichy were coming to the end of their careers anyway. Or like they were getting old. Like it's a bit of a farce really because as well something that you think about with Pep Guardiola is the fullbacks being a really critical component of the side, and we're just there splashing cash on the right side. You know what I mean? Kyle Walker, right side, 50 million. Oh, you know, Danilo, 30 million. Cancelo, new record transfer. Oh, Reece James, we'll have a little bit of him. But left side, we're like, we'll just take this £1.4 million Ukrainian, you know what I mean? Like,
no, wait, you missed that about part. We'll just take this £1.4 million Ukrainian midfielder and put him there.
It's just like, what the hell's going on? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Khaldoon, cheeky, it's time to act, brace.
So, would you sign a left back this summer?
No.
This is a mess.
No, I wouldn't because why? Why don't you sign left back? You seen my boy Alex?
Yeah, you seen the £1.4 million Ukrainian midfielder. Pep's a man. He's a genius, bro.
Alex Zinchenko, bro. Like yesterday, he got a goal and an assist.
But he looks sick.
Zinchenko, I promise you this, right? Zinchenko is the most underrated football player in the Premier League.
Yeah, I agree with that.
He's well underrated, man. Like he's a proper,
so good.
solid player. And you know what I like about him as well? He's a proper chiller. Like, I reckon, like, if you was just in a restaurant, right, and you was just sat at your table, and you were sat at your table, yeah, and your partner went to the toilet, and his partner went to the toilet, and you was just sat there, and he was just sat opposite you, like, whatever.
Staring at each other.
I reckon, like, you could, like, talk to him and get a bit of banter in it.
Yeah,
Whereas I reckon some other players are just like, all right, mate, you know what I mean, I'm looking at the menu, you know what I mean, but I reckon he'd be like, yes, what you saying?
Yeah.
He probably wouldn't be like that. He probably would go,
what you saying? Yes.
But you know what I mean? Like, I reckon he'd talk to you and be like, he seems like a proper nice guy, you know what I mean? Whereas some other people might not necessarily not be nice, but like, they just seem a little bit closed. Whereas I reckon Zinchenko's like a proper chiller. There you go. Renner says he goes Tesco's, mate.
In order there, John, nice. We'll have to sit outside, isn't it? Angel, like, get Gosens, or is it Goosens, at left back? He looked decent. We have been linked with him before. But I am in the boat that I don't think we're going to sign one. I genuinely don't think we're going to sign one. I think our focus is mainly on Harry Kane, Jack Grealish, and then if someone leaves, then we'll replace it. So Laporte leaves, we'll replace it. Say like Ramos, or like we were talking about a minute ago. If we're not going to, many ain't going to leave, innit? But if we get some more cash, then maybe they'll look at the left back situation. But at the moment, I think it's just going to chill there with the way it is. Ake can play there as well. Speaking about right back and left back and situation and how we keep favouring the right side and not the left side, apparently Barcelona, right? Every night, bro, Barcelona, they get in bed. Do you know, like when people like doubt their ex-girlfriends and that when they're drunk in it? This is what Barcelona are doing, isn't it, to City? But they're ringing City and begging for City to make an offer for Sergio Roberto. Apparently, they seem so desperate. But apparently, Barcelona have called Man City repeatedly this summer in an attempt to sell Sergio Roberto to the club. Imagine, like, how why are they trying to get rid of him so hard? And why are they trying to offload him to us?
I don't know. You know what, right? On a reel, there's only two footballers that I think I'd take out of Barcelona, and it's Pedri and Lionel Messi.
Pedri looks sick. Like,
seriously, your team is whack, Braze. Like, there's no surprise that... Where did they come in the Champions League? Like, where did they get knocked out? Or did they get beat off? Was it Barcelona? No, it was PSG, wasn't it?
Barca got knocked out by PSG.
Yeah, like, yeah, they did. Oh, yeah, and Mbappe's got a hat-trick, right? Yeah. Not gonna lie... There's no surprise that your team is rubbish. Like, we don't want any of your players. You know what I mean? The reason that they're at Barcelona is because they're probably at the end of their career, right?
Ooh, Frankie de Jong is a good shout by people. That's a good shout.
Would you take him over Fernandinho? I wouldn't take him over Fernandinho.
Well, Frankie's got a lot of time in him, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but like, I'm talking about like right now, you know what I mean? Like, De Jong's a decent player, yeah, but has he gone there and set the world alight? I don't think so. You know what I mean? People were talking about De Jong a lot more when he was at Ajax than they are now. Like, he's fairly decent. Who's the left back? Jordi Alba, bare old, spent force. Don't talk about him. PK, old. Yeah. Garcia. You know what I mean? Sergio Roberto is like a B-Tech version of Zinchenko.
And Ansu Fati is decent.
Fati's decent, but he broke his leg.
Yeah.
So I won't take him right now. You know what I mean? Unless you want a guy running around on a pitch with crutches and that. I don't want him on my pitch. You know what I mean? Who else you talking? Griezmann?
Grease.
I don't really know what Griezmann does, you know what I mean? Is he a striker? Is he a winger? He kind of just like don't know. I just don't know what he does. You know what I mean? Busquets. Who wants Busquets? Oh, we got Rodri. He's basically Busquets.
He's basically Busquets.
You don't need him. Pedri. Yeah, he's a baller. Who else?
Pedri's a baller. Messi.
A Messi. I mean, like your team is dead. And by the way, like the reason I'm talking about this is because the players that we do want, they're not offering us them players. They're not like, oh, we'll give you Fatty and Pedri for I don't know who they want. Cancelo. No, they're like, we'll give you Roberto and I don't know.
Oh, but you forgot about the most important one. The best signing that they've ever made, Braithwaite.
Yeah, these are the type of players that they try to give us. They're like, oh, we heard you in the market for a striker, boys. Braithwaite. Like, nah. We don't want them. Stay away. You've got Aguero. Now stop chatting Merkles even more.
They're trying to sabotage our team, innit?
Honestly, these guys are jokers. I don't know what's happening in Barcelona, man.
Yeah, there's a few comments on this, bro. I can't... Butler White, I don't know how you're supposed to say the first name, innit? But I'd take that Aguero lad off Barca. It's fair, he looks all right. What are you saying about him?
Why has he gone there? Why have they got Aguero? Because he can't afford anyone else. Let's be honest, Aguero's mint, but...
Look at the deals they're making,
injury
bro.
record, man.
Aguero free,
Yeah.
Memphis Depay free.
Yeah.
They're getting like they're trying to spend the least amount of money.
Because they got no money in it. They got no cash. There is serious financial situations. They need that Wonga loan real quick, man. Because I'm telling you, they're going downhill. Like Aguero, I'm buzzing Aguero's gone there because he's going to play there for 2 years. He'll score plenty of goals. He might win Copa del Rey. You know what I mean? He'll play with Leo Messi, his best mate, for a couple of years, and he'll go live in Argentina and, you know, be buzzing, right? But let's be honest, they're not winning the Champions League in the next decade until they sort their financial situation out. They're about £1 billion in debt, innit?
Yeah,
£1 billion pounds.
They're in hence why they can't get this Messi deal over the line. Long way. I forgot.
Well,
about
maybe they should have looked at cashing in on him a few years ago. Sometimes, right, you got to make a hard decision in life. You know what I mean? You can't just keep on taking the easy option. You know what I mean? Like
they're
easy
cruel
street.
to be kind, innit? You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
you got to take that rough road. You got to go off road sometimes. You know what I mean? With the brum.
With the brum.
Honestly, Barcelona, man. I used to love Barcelona growing up. They were my favourite team in Europe as like a second team other than City, and they were great to watch. They seemed like a real club. Like they had no sponsor on the shirt. And then when they they had a charity.
It was
just like,
yeah.
You know, they played great football, really nice, never any sort of issues with the players or the manager. Everything was just mint. And then you've now seen why that was the case, because they were just like going cash, and they didn't have the sponsorship money because they didn't have a sponsor on the back of the shirt. The stadium is an absolute mess. Like I'm not being funny. You're a Barcelona fan here, but your stadium's pretty shit, man. Oh, it might be massive and that, but they have no thingy, like what's it called? You know, where the big cash is paid. What's it called?
What?
Like where the big cash? Yeah, no, like boxes and that. They don't really have any boxes.
Oh yeah,
because the stadium's so old. Like they have no real boxes, so they don't get the big cash in for the gates. Like the only way they really make money is off ticket sales, and off shirts and stuff. Coutinho, you know what I mean? Apparently they can't even pay the Coutinho, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the old
lad's going to go round on can't pay, take it away. You know what I mean? We'll be all there.
It's the bailiffs.
Yeah, we'll be all there next Thursday night, Channel 5, 8 p.m, can't pay, take it away. Today on can't pay, take it away. Trevor and Bill go to Barcelona. You know what I mean? Knocking on the door, knock. Serving you, mate. There you go. You owe us 70 million.
Oh no!
Serious.
Oh no! This is too funny. This, yeah.
This is what happens when we don't do a live stream for like
For a long
3
time,
weeks.
yeah.
You just come on and then I've built up a lot of frustration.
But when we're doing these live streams now, because we're going to do them quite regularly now, when I get back into it, expect this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's too funny. Someone asked when the kit's coming out. Apparently July the 10th is when the new kit comes out, which I'm excited for. Excited for that.
I hope it's nice, innit? You know what I mean?
Hope it's nice in person. I hope it's not like the blues a bit weird, isn't it? In some of the things, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what, bro? I have a theory already that what you've just been saying, because it was funny as fuck. It's going to end up on TikTok. That
What is?
everything you just said, all these little things, bro. will end up. They'll end up in it on TikTok.
Yeah.
When you go on TikTok, right, and you search City Extra in the hashtag thing, there's over like 1 million views on it, bro, on City Extra. I know probably in TikTok world, I don't think that's probably not too much in it. However, it's so weird seeing man in your face because we don't upload them, bro. People just upload them in it and decide, yeah, this is right for it. This is right for it. So I think that'll be there, bro. That's 100% going to be there. I know we're still on the defence, innit? We're still talking about defence. And there's one player that someone was mentioned as before. And it was Soyuncu. Apparently, Leicester want £60 million for Soyuncu. And apparently, City have thrown the name into the hat again.
Nah, I'd rather have Ramos.
Yeah. But if that's happening, that means that Laporte has to be leaving.
Yeah. I agree. Nah.
Laporte has to be leaving for Soyuncu to come to the club. I don't... And, bro, where is finding this extra £60 million from? Again, bro.
Laporte,
the
innit?
cash.
It's got to be Laporte cash. It's got to be Laporte cash.
So with the Bernardo cash, you're getting...
Grealish.
With the Gabby cash, you're going to cut down and you are going to spend... They know they're going to spend cash on Kane.
To be fair, like the Kane cash is probably already there. You know what I mean? We have Kane cash.
We have the Kane cash.
We don't have Grealish cash, which is why we need to get...
Sell to buy, innit?
Sell to buy.
And then, so it goes back to what I said before, innit? We're only going to buy players when players leave, innit? But apparently in this market, no one's got no cash.
Yeah.
So how are people going to play set? How much are you selling the port for?
70 mil. I'd be really gutted if we got less than 65,
it has to be minimum 70 mil.
Yeah.
I wouldn't accept anything less than £70 million.
I think 70 million is a steal these days.
Yeah.
I think 70 million for Laporte is a joke. You know what I mean?
And we paid that for thingy, for Diaz, and we all talk about the 70 mil for Diaz as being a steal.
Yeah. Nah, so that's it, innit? Meta's coming with a 5. Yes, Meta says, yo, bro Ox, thanks for the live stream. I miss y'all. I just put up blinds for my mum, and so it's been good to hear y'all while doing that at night. You know what, yes. Meta? My girlfriend needs a blind, innit? So if you want to hop on a plane, COVID free.
That'd be very expensive.
And then sort us out a blind.
For free. So, Meta, you pay for the plane, come over, just and you get to meet LB and his girlfriend for free. Know what I mean? Make sure you sign some stuff for him, bro.
I'll take you out for a pint as to say thank you. You know what I mean?
You've got to pay for the pint as well. LB doesn't pay for that.
You can pay for the pint. It's good to be back. Right, okay. Is there any other players that we need to talk about? Is that it?
I think on the latestness, to speak about Jadon Sancho, a lot of people are saying about Jadon Sancho. I know it's not City related. A lot of people are saying about Jadon Sancho. We included him last season in a few of our videos talking about him. He has now obviously officially gone to United. I think that's a very, very, very good deal for United. I think he'll smash it. He's a very good player, and I genuinely think he's going to do him in. Like, so that's dangerous. But do you know what I mean? They're splashing the cash, but are they splashing it in the right areas?
Don't matter. They got Ollie. You got Ollie, man. We don't need to worry.
Yeah, that's it. We don't need to worry. There's no new news coming out. Do you know what I mean? At the moment.
Meta. Bring your whole family, mate. You know what I mean? Just bring your whole family. You know what I mean? And it's all good.
Everyone can help set up this blind. Apparently, there's 3 teams who are interested in taking Liam Delap on loan, bro. Apparently, Millwall, Cardiff, and Middlesbrough.
I'd be like, nah.
I want him.
I'd say no.
Nah. I'd be in the same situation with what's it called, Foden.
Yeah.
No, he stays.
Mate, the only way I possibly wouldn't do that is if Gabby didn't leave. But if Gabby leaves, I'd be like, nah, mate, you'll be my second/third choice striker with Torres.
This is our first ever actually live transfer roundup. Usually we have these as normal videos, isn't it? So I've actually really enjoyed this, bro. I think it's been good to do it live because you know what I mean. I'm throwing you different stuff.
Ollie says there something quick on Ferner 1-year deal. We did do a video, but it's a sick deal. And you know what, Ollie? It allows us to focus again, like with the centre back. We don't have to worry about buying someone. We can put all our time and all our energy into the striker and winger for Grealish to replace Bernardo. And then next year, he'll leave, we can go and get someone. Or maybe Lavia done enough to be a backup, probably not. But yeah, I think it's smart move from City. And it sounded like Fernandinho wanted to think about it, you know what I mean? But
yeah, well, we said this. We said it would have been a difficult decision for him to make because he's got to then decide whether, do you know what I mean, whether he's going to go somewhere else. I don't think it was as easy as we thought. That's why it took so long, isn't it? And then that's why in his thing, did he say? I'm sure he says in it that it was a difficult decision for him to make. So you know what I mean? It's I'm buzzing for it. I'm buzzing for it. Another year of Fernandinho, I can't complain about that. And if this Lavia guy comes in and smashes it, then you know what I mean. I'm all for that as well.
Yeah, man. No, absolutely. Right. Buzzing, thanks very much for joining us.
93% of people, there's only 7% of people, want these to be live streams now, transfer roundups. I mean,
we'll do them.
We'll do them.
We'll do more. But yeah, enjoyed that, guys. Thank you very much for joining us.
Yes, it's been a while.
Football is coming home. I know you're not all English in it. Yes. You know what I mean? In fact,
I'm sorry to
most
everyone
of you
who
probably
isn't
are
English.
even English, right?
Yeah.
Because on the stats thing, right, that YouTube says, I think like 25% are English, right? So football is coming home. To our home, though, innit?
To our home, not your home, innit? Well, maybe some of your homes. Just mainly mine and Lewis's home, innit?
But is football coming home? Hey, it's coming home. Right, guys, we'll leave it there. Thanks very much for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your days and nights, and we'll see you in the next one. See you in a bit, guys.
See you in a bit.